put a comment on, I get inspired to the kind of philosophically, sorry, think in terms of, and I'd like to put a question to you, Robert, whether you see, when you speak about choice or no choice being an illusion, an illusory imposed idea or something like that, wouldn't that count for the non-choice thing, for existential reality and my self-reality contains the choice possibility? What would you say about that? Couldn't we have both? As Judy mentioned, we want to have both, but something is not, you might say, it's life's mandatory agenda for existence. We just show up to it, but something develops along the way. You can choose to go left or right, or pick up this, don't pick up that, show up at this meeting, not show up at this meeting, etc.
So that's the question?
Yes.
Well, okay, when I reflect on what Dennis was saying, he was saying, I choose this because it makes me feel happy to live that way. If I understood what he was saying, I think I did. Is that right, Dennis?
Yeah, and I'm not claiming any justification for it. I just choose it.
I understood that. Now the point is, yes, you are gravitated toward pleasure and driven away from aversions and fears. It's a natural process. My donkeys are like that too. If they hear a loud sound, they just run in the other direction. If I throw corn on the ground, they come running to eat that. It's normal. We're mammals and we have our survival instincts and all the rest of it. We gravitated towards what pleases us and we try to avoid what displeases us or what we're afraid of. That's natural. But I can't call that choice because I don't choose my aversions and attractions. They just come upon me like fate. I was born into a certain family, certain body DNA, certain capabilities that I have, others that I lack, that other people have. We each get a certain package in life. We get our family. I didn't choose the little kids I was in kindergarten with, and yet they all had an influence on me. I didn't choose my teachers. I didn't choose anything. And then here I am, and I have my likes and dislikes. I'm heterosexual. I didn't choose that, but when I see a pretty girl go by, I notice it. If I see some handsome guy go by, no big deal, you know. That is not a choice. So the question that I would have for anybody who's into the free will thing is, when did you choose what to like and dislike? Never. You can't. And so it's not, as Judy was trying to point out, this is not a question of, and why I call it a religious outlook. It's not a question of, is there free will or there isn't? There's an experience of choosing, undoubtedly. If I hold out a chocolate ice cream cone and a vanilla and I say, take your pick, you will choose one. But on what basis do you choose it? Well, you like vanilla, so you take the vanilla one. I don't call that a choice. I call that acting out your likes and dislikes, which you never chose. So that's how I analyze this. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Torben.
Oh, it does. It does.
So my experience, and I have about 30 years now of having this experience constantly. Constantly. It never goes away. I just do what I must. I say what I must. I feel what I must. If something arises, I deal with it as best I can. Not that I choose to deal with it, I must deal with it. What choice do I have? So you kind of gave a false choice, Dennis, when you said do nothing. You can't do nothing. You wake up in the morning, you're instantly doing something. You've got to get up and take a pee, in my case, first thing. That's not a choice. There's no choice to it. I mean, yeah, you could wet the bed. You could choose that.
Yes, I agree with that, Robert. I accept what you say, and I think all the stuff that happened to us earlier shaped us and everything we want and like and everything we do. Yeah, I have no disagreement with that. But the idea that we keep kicking around, which put into a sentence is that we have no choice, to me seems to lead to what I call the big dial tone in the sky. That if I profoundly believe I have no choice, then I will stop experiencing myself as making choices.
Yeah, that's right.
And I just find that dissatisfying.
Yes, you'll stop experiencing yourself as making choices, and you'll just live. You'll just do the next thing or feel the next thing. This is what Judy was referring to earlier. You're just here, you see. There's not a myself separate from experience. There's not the chooser and then all the choices. The choices, if we can call them that, are you. That is me. This life that's playing out, the words that I'm not, okay, perfect example. I'm speaking now. I am not creating these words. I'm not choosing my words. They're just coming out. I can't choose them. It's too quick. There's not a little Robert in my head that's choosing to speak this way. The words are just coming out. And in the same way that you are listening to me, I'm listening to me. And there's really no difference. It's not like I'm the speaker and I have this upper hand here. We're all in this, as you were saying. It's just what it is. You like that? It is what it is. What I am saying, and I've been saying this now for the last 15 years publicly, is there's nobody inside. It's just what it is. There's not a separate little Robert that gets credit and blame. This is Robert, all of it. Everything that's felt, thought, spoken, unspoken, acted out, that is me. There's not a me in control of it at all. I've never experienced that for many years now, can't experience that. People say to me, really? And I've tried to go back to the life I had before when I was the doer. And I've tried, I can't. It's gone.